Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the World Cyber Games 2009. English commentary brought to you by Quad V. I'm joined by the greatest thing to happen since Holland, since Edam Cheese, Matt Acebeck Hoving. How are you?
I'm pretty good, and so is Edam Cheese.
We have a real treat for you coming up on stage. After a 4-hour marathon of Counter-Strike, we now have Dungeon and Fighter being fought out between Japan and Korea. Clay versus Uranium. Now, we're going to make a disclaimer at the very beginning of this match that this game is one that Europeans cannot play. It is locked off to Asian players. There are only Asian players in the tournament. Europeans can't get on the beta to play it, and as such, we are seeing this game for the very first time.
It'll definitely be an experience, to say the least, as only the Koreans, the Japanese, and the Chinese are able to play this game as far as we know. But aside from that, 9 players showed up here to WCG. 3 of the 3 countries that I spoke of, and here's one of them is Uranium, and he will be coming out for Korea and taking on Japan.
He won his first 2 games, so he must be doing something right. His opponent will be Clay Hall, who's in blue on the server. The way the match is formatted is that you have 3 fights, you have up to 5 fights, first to 3, over a number of different locations. First to 3 wins, takes the game. Imagine Street Fighter 2. Here's the Japanese player.
Indeed, best out of 5, and there is our Japanese player. It is Clay. And Clay came in first for Japan when in the qualifier, and interestingly enough, within the qualifying stages of the tournament, he managed to take out one of the favorites that came out in the group stages. Who was on top? That was at the time that was Yasai, and he got taken down by this individual right here, and managed to get on top on that. And from my perspective, he is the favorite for this particular match.
The fact that you know that impresses me.
I know, I do my research well.
So, just so you know, disclaimer again, Europeans were not allowed on the beta for this. We could not see the game to play it. So if we say welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the World Cyber Games 2009.
As here we are here in Chengdu, one of the most amazing events I've been to so far. 4,500 people are currently within this hall. They just watched some CSS, but right now we're going to be doing some Dungeon and Fighter. And these 2 players, Japan and Korea, will go on and fight for the gold. Uranium and Clay in the boxes.
So, are you ready to rock and roll?
I'm ready as ever. I think you are as well after coming out of that 4-hour drama.
Yeah. I am certainly intrigued by what we're going to see.
Intrigue will be a good term for it, I think.
Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Take us away, Matt.
As here we go. For those people who see this for the first time, well, just like us, it is a brawler. It's a 2D platformer as Uranium is already taken into fray. And that's pumping into damage towards Clay quite harshly. And a lot of plus backing going on. And there's also a 3D element in this game. Basically, by levels, you can move back and forth, up and down, trying to get the damage. And the Uranium so far is doing it quite well.
It looks like you can regen your health as well. And you can deploy robots, which Clay is doing, which appear to give damage. And here we go, Uranium with a lovely little 4-hit combo onto Clay. Clay's in real trouble here, and Clay trying to get himself out of there. You can see him on the top right, he's in blue. He's about half health, we would assume, but he's shooting back.
As the abilities come raining in, the robots are still on the field. Uranium is quick to take them out, making sure they don't do any damage. As Clay is raging through his for his item stack. As whoa, that goes a 4, 5, 6, 7 combo in. Takes him down to almost 20% health. This is not going to take very long for Uranium to finish it off. Clay needs to do a combo to say wow to. As right now, it's looking very good for Uranium.
Clay's special feature appears to be the gun thing, but The robots are also working as Uranium looks like he's going to finish Clay off. Clay's using his, Uranium's using his special feature now as well, I think, as he bats around. Here comes the shoots from the gun, but he doesn't seem to have the line on Uranium, who's darting around in the near rather than the far. Nice little bat. Clay's going to go down! And Uranium wins the first point.
Indeed. Best out of 5 here in Chengdu. Dungeon and Fighter, first round goes to Uranium. 2 more for him to go. We'll see whether or not he will be able to pull it off. Clay will have to, well, work a little bit harder than he did in that last match, because Uranium did have almost all his health remaining there.
Yeah, Clay really didn't get going.
Indeed he was. We're going towards the second map. There's different maps in this game. Probably like different arenas like in Tekken or Virtua Fighter. And so here we go. That's the second map. Basically the same deal as we're on our way. Uranium taking into fray. As Clay on the range, deploying his robots and grenades. Uranium is quick to take out the robots already. Clay is dashing through his action points already.
Here we go. Clay tossing over some grenades. Goes for the shot. This is the start he wants as he lands a few hits onto Uranium. Bang, bang, bang goes the gun. And Uranium finds himself in trouble, but he heals his health up. That seems to be something Uranium can do with that character, perhaps because of those blue furry things flying around behind him.
Indeed, it must be something like osmosis or something along those lines. Taking in health from the enemy, adding to your own. It's one of those features you have a lot in the Chinese Initiation RPG games. And meanwhile, Uranium says, okay, you can take my health, but I will still stick my stick into you, as he does just that. Clay is down to about 2/3 of his health. And so we got 3 minutes remaining here. There we go. The guns whips out, and we have a triple with quad. 5. Here we go. Uranium is getting it hot and heavy as Clay rips through him right there.
Uranium's down to about 1/3 health, where Clay's on about 50%. Now we have Uranium trying to get himself involved as he tries to get back into this, but Clay's delivering a lot of damage. Uranium in on the action. Clay now in all sorts of trouble. Down to 1/4 health. Uranium has better health and lands the super sword thing over towards Uranium. And Uranium's going to win this one. And Clay is out. The super sword wins it for 2 rounds to 0. Clay would have thought he was in that one, but Uranium picks up his second point. He needs just 1 more to win it.
Quite amazing how that works. So that super sword is an interesting weapon right there. He tried it out in the first match, missed it on that point, and actually managed to deploy it properly in this one. So best out of 5. Uranium currently has 2. He needs just 1 more. It's time for Clay to put serious face on.
Super sword is now the official move, named for that dagger thing. We're back onto our first location, it would appear, albeit with now some added barrels as the shots come out. Those robots are not your friend. They're like evil Pokemon, as Uranium throws out his Pokeballs.
As the evil robot uprising will happen one day, but not today. As Uranium also already tries to go in towards Clay. Clay is not going to have anything of that. Whips out the gun. Uranium getting a lot of damage straight into him, but he's regenerating quite quickly as well. Here comes the stick. Maybe we can see some super sword action shortly. But in the meanwhile, we just have some single hit action coming about. Clay getting his health back. Uranium not so lucky. The robot is right on top of him. Uranium comes in. 1, 2, 3. Super sword action time. As that completely rips Clay to shreds. This is not looking good for Clay.
Now Clay on the comeback. He seems to only use his gun whenever he's at point blank range now. He seems to have learned that trick. But here we go with the stick. And now I think we're charging up for another super sword attack. But Clay's not got much health left. And this is going to be it. Uranium wins the World Cyber Games in Dungeon and Fighter. Hooray!
Hooray!
Clay doesn't know what hit him.
And the crowd is ecstatic. Oh, he doesn't look too happy. And there he is. Uranium wins.
And his lucky scarf.
Man, indeed.
Korea beats Japan.
Yeah, I think it's that. Yeah, I think that is the case. But a little bit flat. There we go. Korea wins the World Cyber Games in Dungeon and Fighter.
And if you enjoyed that, well, have I got news for you? There's more DNF coming your way later on, as that's coming up with the A&D Mini DNF about 6 o'clock, but we're running about 3 hours behind schedule, so who knows when that might happen.
Indeed, as that's going to be with me and Red Eye here on, not anymore, with Stuart actually, as Red Eye is not doing so good at that point. As next up, we got more action for you here at the World Cyber Games.
It's StarCraft with Tasteless and Artosis, who are ready to take their seats. It's Jaedong versus Baisu, an all-Korean match that's got the crowd roaring. Should be a thriller.
Indeed.
We'll be back in a bit. Toodaloo.